Hello, everybody. My name is Lawrence Brooks, and welcome to this first episode of Retired and Inspired. Denise, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing all right. Ed, what's good over there, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
We're doing great, man. We're doing great. Hey, before we officially do introductions, I want to tell you a little bit about this show and what we hope to accomplish with this program we're doing. So, what we really want to do is engage with those of you who are retired. Those of you who are not retired or soon to be retired, we want to talk to you as well. Our goal is to engage, enlighten, and maybe even entertain you with stories and examples of things that go on with being retired. For some people, retirement can be stressful. We hope to dispel some myths and share some of our stories, some of our experiences to maybe help you in your journey through retirement. So, with that out of the way, we're going to do a formal introduction now. Um, and since chivalry is not dead on this show, we're going to start with Denise. Tell us a little bit about you, just how old are you, where you're from, that kind of stuff.
All right. Thank you for that handoff. You did that very eloquently, I may add.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
All right, folks. My name is Denise, aka D. So you may hear my co-hosts call me by either of those names. I am 65 years old. I am a native Washingtonian from Northwest DC, and I have lived in Maryland, and now I reside in Virginia. I have been married for 21 years to a really, really nice guy. I have one bonus son, and my bonus son has two children, which means I have two grandchildren, ages 16 and 8. Ed, I'm going to hand off to you, my friend. Tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
you, Ed.
Yeah, that Ed.
I wasn't ready for that. Okay. My name's Ed. I'm 77. My hometown is Erie, PA. I have one daughter who's a school teacher. I have two grandkids. One is in college. She's 20. And Clarky, he's 17. He just turned 17. He's a senior in high school. And I've been down in this area since 72.
In this area is the DMV, I'm assuming.
Yes. Got out of the Air Force. I was in Central New York. My wife had a job down here and we moved down. I've been married for 55 years.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And I've been down here almost as long. So that's
Cool.
what we got with that.
All right, very good, very good. All right, so back to me. Again, my name is Lawrence. Some people call me LB. You're welcome to use either. I'm 63 now. I was born in DC. We stayed there a couple of years and then we moved out to Maryland, PG County, specifically Seat Pleasant. And that's where I was raised. Now I live in Damascus, Maryland, up in Montgomery County. I am a widower. I'm almost going on 3 years now. I have two daughters, both grown, thank goodness. I got three grandkids. I have a grandson who's 21 in college. I have 9-year-old twin granddaughters. But we got that out of the way. Now we're going to tell you how we met. And how we met and how long we've known each other. And that is interesting unto itself because I don't know how long it's been. And I tried to look through some old photos to try and cheat to figure it out, and I didn't get very far. So I'll start with Denise. So Denise and I met at dinner. So
Yes.
the producer of this fine podcast that you're listening to now, he and I was playing in a golf tournament, and I don't even know how long before that he and I had met. But whatever, we were playing in this golf tournament. It was at Turf Valley Country Club up in, I guess it's Ellicott City, Maryland. and he and I decided that we should meet for dinner that evening for after the tournament. So Denise was there. I don't think did you play golf at that time, Denise?
I I was still a student of the game, so I didn't play golf, and that was the first time that I realized that golf takes a long time to play.
Yeah, so I, after the tournament was over, I went home, and got my wife, in which we came back up to Turf Valley for dinner, and we met with Rusty and Denise for dinner, and that's when I first met Denise. But again, I don't know how long ago that's been. It's been at least 10, isn't it? At least 10 years, I'm
You
sure.
got me on that because I really have no clue. I don't know the year or anything. We're going to have to go to the archives
Yeah,
and
yeah.
really figure this one out.
Yeah, yeah, because I really don't know. I started to email somebody today, but I figured he wouldn't know either, so I left it alone. Ed, do you remember how we met or when we met?
We met, and it was briefly through the, what is it, Golf DMV?
Golf DMV, which
Right.
is another fine podcast you can find everywhere on the social media and everywhere.
So the few times the outings you guys had, I showed up with Koki, got invited through Rusty. Um, I don't, maybe that was 7 years ago. I mean, really, I really didn't actually get to know you until um, we were going down to South Carolina.
Right, for the old man
Okay.
golf trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
that's been like what, 2 years there, 2 or 3 years there.
It's been more than that, I think. Yeah, it's been longer than 3 years, I'm sure.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, it's got to be longer than 3 years. It's been a while. It's been a while.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
how did Denise and Ed? How did you all meet? And when
well,
did you all meet?
I had to think back on that one, and that was at a Falconwood um, Christmas party. Now, Falconwood is a government contractor. Denise's husband and I worked for them, and they had the Christmas party there at Ruth Chris in Crystal City, and that's when I met her.
Uh,
And really, there were a few other brief times for the first, I don't know, couple, 2, 3 years. And that happened 11 years ago.
okay, okay,
Okay.
Oh
So,
wow. Okay.
yeah, going back through, was doing archive research too. Um, so I'm going back through old company documents going, okay, when did I move from this company to that company and all that kind of stuff? But that's when that happened. We eventually ended up playing a lot more golf and then uh, with Rusty and attending a few other uh, get-togethers and
right, right.
Lisa's retirement.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you all play pickleball too? Did you all play pickleball together?
Yes, we played pickleball. We've done
Okay.
that over at Mary Washington.
So we're all retired.
Yes.
Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but we're all retired. Hence the name of the show. Um, we all came to retirement, via different, I'm gonna say different avenues. We'll call it. Since you're on my big screen now, we'll start with you. Tell us about how you came to be retired. What were the circumstances around that, and to your retirement.
So for me, retirement is not something at when I retired, it wasn't planned. I
Okay.
was basically riffed by the government contractor I was working for
Mm-hmm.
in 2023. Um, so I had intended to try to go one more year with them, but it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So fine. All that did was accelerate my knee replacement, which happened the beginning of the following year. So the first 6 to 8 months of that year were all about rehab.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I ended up in the retirement pool.
Okay. So how old were you when you retired?
I was 74.
74. Wow.
Yep,
Okay.
74.
And you were, so since you and I have never had this conversation, I'm going to have it now. 74 to, in my, in my view of the world, is a little older to still be working. But you said you had wanted to go another year.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Is there any reasons why you were still working at 74? You hadn't already pulled the plug?
it was an easy job
Okay.
that paid well. So, I mean, I
So why
wasn't
we
ready.
walking
I
away
wasn't
from this?
ready to jump ship. So, and I wanted one more year.
So basically, you were getting free money. So you said, "Why would I walk away from free money?"
Yes.
That's what it sounds like to me. All right, Denise, what were your circumstances around your retirement?
I was a teacher, a physical education teacher for 38 years
Okay.
of my life.
Like a prison sentence.
Ball and chain.
And so I knew, I was going to retire. I started my teaching career in DC.
Mhm.
So I gave DC 12 years, and then again, kind of like Ed just said, I was ripped because back then the DC government couldn't balance a checkbook. So I got caught up in a riff. And so I was like, okay, this is fine. I was a little bitter, but I found my way to Arlington. So I came to Arlington Public Schools, and then I gave them 26 years. But always knowing 30 is going to be the limit, because when you switch, different districts, their retirement guidelines and criteria are a little bit different. Okay. Hence the reason why I lasted 38 years. But I tell you, once COVID hit, and I found myself in the same position that you are watching me right now, teaching physical education, when the world shut down for, I guess it was 18 months in terms of a school year. That kind of sealed it for me. Right. And I said, as soon as we get back in that school and I can make an appointment to speak to someone in HR face to face, I am out of here. COVID almost killed me. I don't know how I survived. So that's how I ended up retired. I was going to retire, anyway, but COVID just kind of said, you can, start looking at that paperwork a little bit early.
Right.
So that's how I ended up retired.
I'm a little curious now. Physical education via Zoom. How did that? How did that work?
First of all, as a teacher, you have to be. There's a lot of acting that goes into play. You've got to motivate, inspire, encourage. 30 some kids with different personalities. And so you have to be very creative. And that's what I did. I still had to teach the same curriculum. So for example, we'll take hockey, for example. I told those kids, go in the kitchen, ask your mom for the broom, tell her you'll bring it back, find a piece of paper, ball it up, put it on the floor, watch me, and do what I do.
Wow. So
bowling,
you had kids playing hockey in their living room floor with their mom's broom.
Exactly. and when it was time for bowling, for example, all right, take that same piece of paper, but get a whole bunch more paper and make it a bigger ball. Get some recycled bottles of water, set up 10 pins, and do what I do.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I guess you didn't have I mean, you had to be creative. So
Yeah.
and that was being creative.
Yes.
All right.
And how about you, sir?
All right. Yeah. So last but not least, so my wife and I had a plan that I was going to retire at 60. My wife was a few years older than me. But the plan was when I was 60, I think she would have been 65, 66, 60, 65 at the time, that we were going to both retire. But my wife developed cancer, and that changed that. Well, obviously that changed everything for me, for us. So I ended up, after my wife passed, I worked another, I think I only worked another 3 months after she passed. And then I went on and put my paperwork in and retired. As far as my career that led up, things that I was doing, I started working as a contractor too, the same as Ed. When I first started in the 80s, I was in the defense industry. And I worked on, believe it or not, submarines, which was pretty interesting. Actually, I met my wife at work. She had to train me on this system, it's called MinMass, and she trained me on that system, and that's initially how we initially met. Over our careers, we worked together at 3 different companies. So I did the contracting in the defense arena for probably maybe 15 years or so. I worked at David Taylor Naval Base for a while, and then I worked at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory. I think I stayed there for about 10 years as a contractor. And I was doing a lot of electronic stuff back then. Then I moved into, finished college and got a bachelor's degree. And then I moved into program and project management, of which then I worked at my longest stints still as a contractor. I worked at NIH for 5, and then I moved to MITRE Corporation out in Tysons. I think I did 13 years there, and worked mostly on Veterans Affairs. That was my client there, and that's where I retired from. Retirement has been to date. It's been great. I can't. I really don't have any negatives about retirement at this point. It's just been great. I think we're going to leave it there for now, and then we're going to come back our next episode. We're going to really dive into a good topic that's going to be dear to my heart, I'm sure, as well as to Ed and Denise as well. A nice meaty retirement topic that we'll get you all. We'll dive into deep. We wanted to use this first show just to let you know who we are, how we got here, and what we plan to accomplish. Before we close out, Denise and Ed, is there anything I left out? Anything you like to say to the folks before we wrap this one up?
Oh, I'd like to let our viewers know that we do enjoy spirits here.
Okay.
So if you are, listening to us or watching us, please feel free to fill your glass with whatever spirit you enjoy.
Yeah. So again, thank you for listening to us. Hopefully you'll come back and for future episodes. If there's a topic that you would like for us to talk about or dive deep into, feel free to reach out to us. Obviously, you can get to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. And as always, please comment, like, and subscribe. Those are always good things to do. That will always help us out. And we'd love to hear from you. All right. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.